Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a recent Ninjago reveal brought to us by Ninjago series co-creator Tommy Andreasen that explores a scrapped Ninjago concept that in a way was worked into the actual Ninjago series, but not in the way that it was originally intended. So recently, Tommy Andreasen tweeted the following: I just happened upon a document called Ninjago Reconnect. I had forgotten all about it, but it looks like the idea was repurposed into the Quest for the Lost Powers book. I haven't read the book myself, but if that is the case, then something very cool came of it. And he attaches what I assume is the entire document called Ninjago Reconnect. We will take a look at that here momentarily. But of course, the Quest for the Lost Powers book is a recent Ninjago book that is canon to the overall Ninjago TV series, taking place after Ninjago crystallized, but before the events of the upcoming Ninjago 2023 series. I would highly recommend you guys check out the book if you haven't done so already, or at least check out the videos that I've made on the book. This book is canon. It is important for Ninjago fans to read, or at least hear about the events of this book. And reading more about this Ninjago Reconnect thing that Tommy Andreasen dug up, apparently this was going to be a series of Ninjago short films that would have been released in early 2023, possibly releasing before Ninjago's 2023 season, very similar to how 2022 went in terms of its distribution, with the Ninjago core shorts released in early 2022 and the actual Ninjago season for that year coming out a little bit later. But of course, let's read through this document called Ninjago Reconnect, which of course is very similar to the Quest for the Lost Powers. Seems like somebody at LEGO found this document and recycled it into the Quest for the Lost Powers book. But of course, let's read through this document together, see what this is all about. So Ninjago Reconnect. The original four ninja, Kai, Zane, Cole, and Jay, have gone on individual quests. After the battle with the Overlord, they have none or very little elemental powers, and encouraged by Wu to have gone searching for it. It is a greater truth about themselves, the thing that may fully reconnect them with their power, but how to go about it is unknown and elusive. The ninja explore it in very different ways. The four short films, around 5 minutes each, have a heavy focus on how a ninja must act, fight, and conduct themselves when all they have is their weapon of choice, and they cannot rely on their powers, which used to make them greater. The films aim using existing assets, locations, and concepts to make use of all the goodies which are in the Wildburn asset bank, but use them in new and fun, exciting ways, including character team-ups the viewer never expected to see, but will love it as it ties deeply into character motivations and established Ninjago logic. Also, the films don't show the full story about how the ninja regain their powers. That's up for other media to do. These are cool in media res action dives into the story, which gets across why the ninja are on the journey and what they hope to achieve. I can tell this wasn't a finalized document, that's why maybe some of the wording doesn't make a lot of sense, but continuing on. The challenge is to make these self-contained and fun in their own right, though they won't end with a conclusion as such. Ideally, these shorts would work a great motivation for picking up that other media to get the full story. This is just a taster sequence which could be retold in a bigger context in other media. For instance, 6 pages out of a 48-page comic book. They generally end of a wholly SHIT word that I can't say on YouTube, cliffhanger moment, and is clear that they are part of a greater narrative. Each film should be able to be enjoyed on its own and in any order. The film should have a similar structure of the Left 4 Dead intro. Not sure what that means. I've never played Left 4 Dead, but check out that YouTube link if you want to learn more. Obviously with more Ninjago fun, but the ever-escalating feeling of danger, craziness, and odds being stacked on odds is great. So yeah, this document was never finalized, but essentially Tommy Andreasen wrote this up in hopes that maybe the ninja's powers could be explored coming back in some way in a series of cancelled short films. In a way, exactly what the Quest for the Lost Powers was, but of course not in book form, in short film form instead. Again, similar to the Ninjago core shorts that came out earlier in 2022, before Ninjago crystallized. And this quote-unquote other media that Tommy Andreasen mentions in this document, that could very well be Ninjago's 2023 series. It sounds to me like the shorts were originally going to feature some type of suggestion regarding how each ninja got their powers back, but the final outcome would be explored during Ninjago's 2023 season. Now, obviously that's not how it went. I wonder if Tommy Andreasen left the Ninjago series before he could actually get these things rolling and get these shorts actually in production. And like I said earlier, it seems like somebody at LEGO saw this actual document and decided, you know what, that's a great idea, but we don't have enough budget to make short films, so why not just make a canon Ninjago novel, which of course is not a bad way of formatting things. And obviously the actual Quest for the Lost Powers book did dive in further in terms of how the ninja got their powers back. They fully explain the entire storyline, but I find it curious that they were originally supposed to be short films. That just seems so weird to me, because traditionally short films in Ninjago, those are pretty commonplace, but like I said, maybe some type of production issue caused these short films to be scrapped entirely. Who's to say? Now, speaking of Tommy Andreasen, he actually has been revealing the storylines of each short individually on his Twitter. I do plan on making an entire different video tackling that subject. However, I'm going to have to do that at a different time as of the time of recording this video, not every synopsis is out there just yet. We only have 3 of the 4. However, I'm sure Tommy Andreasen will end up releasing the last one soon, and like I said, I will be doing an entire video covering each of those storylines and comparing them to what we ended up getting in the Quest for the Lost Powers book. Now, from what I've seen so far, a lot of those shorts do have very similar ideas, with similar characters, similar locations, similar team-ups, all of that good stuff, even similar plot points. However, there are indeed some differences. And like I said earlier in the video, it's almost as if somebody at LEGO found this document lying dormant and decided to roll with it. I'm not sure if that was because LEGO did not have anything for Ninjago in the first half of 2023, aside from the Ninjago sets, of course, so maybe they needed something else to go before the actual new Ninjago season, just like we had in the year of 2022, just to hit that 2 entries per year quota. But that, of course, is just speculation. It just seems kind of weird that Tommy Andreasen didn't even realize that this storyline actually made it out there in some capacity. Granted, it wasn't in a series of short films, but still, the storyline is out there, the storyline that he worked on. So I hope he was compensated for that. It would be kind of weird and disrespectful if he wasn't, but I'm just a YouTuber. I don't understand how all of that stuff works. Maybe they could have worked it out behind the scenes in some way. Again, who's to say? But overall, I'm pretty disappointed that these shorts never actually got made. Of course, the story still got made in the form of that book, but again, I think a lot of Ninjago fans would have preferred the shorts. I don't think the book appeals to everybody. Not everybody will have access to the book. The shorts surely would have been able to get the message across at a higher range, but then again, it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm just happy the story's out there regardless, and like I said, guys, I do have several videos on the Quest for the Lost Powers book. If you want to get caught up with what happens with that storyline, feel free to check out my review and various videos talking about the book. But with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so very much for watching today's video. Feel free to leave a comment down below discussing what you think about all of this. How do you think this storyline would have been presented if it were to have been short films? Do you think they should have released these as a series of shorts, or do you think what we got with the Quest for the Lost Powers book was good enough? And for those of you guys that have read the book, let me know how you feel knowing that those storylines were supposed to have been animated at one point in time. I think that would have been insanely awesome, but at least the book is out there, right? That storyline does exist out there in Ninjago canon somewhere, but it's just not as a series of shorts. So leave all your thoughts down below regarding what you think about that. And with that being said, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again really soon. Peace.